Okay, so we're back. New year. You know, we're in different circumstances. No Kyle, no Trey, but it's okay. They'll be back.
They will be back.
They will be back, but it's okay though. New year. Okay, so I had a question. Since it's just us, you know, we can do more like girly stuff, twin stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think a man, or okay, could a man's baby mama turn you off from dating him?
I would personally say for me,
Yes.
yes, to a certain extent, only because you don't, like, that drama is unnecessary. Like, if you're, like, for me, if I'm dating to have long term, our own kids and marriage and stuff. And when there's, like, a baby mama problem, for one, that's not good for the kids.
Yeah.
And two, it's like, if you don't have that in check, or it's some issues, like, are y'all still in love? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean,
And so I just don't like, if the baby mama is angry at all, I feel like it's something's going on. So no.
I for one, when we were like, obviously when we were younger, like, you know, 18 and stuff, I was never into dudes that had kids. Like, if you had a kid, I'm like, no. Like, I literally can't do it because I don't know. I don't honestly. Back then, I can't say why it was a turnoff because
for me, I'm like, I feel like my first kid, I want it to be your first child.
Oh, okay.
Well,
like, I don't.
You know,
I honestly,
they feel like when it's their first child, it's different. You know.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know. When I was younger, I don't know what the real reason was, but like now having a kid and stuff like that. I mean, I would date dudes that have kids, but I feel like you said, if there's baby mama drama, you, for one, you still love her. Like you said, you still love her, or she still love you, or something like that. Yeah. Because with my baby daddy, we don't really have them problems. Y'all could have that, man. Right. I don't have nothing to argue with you about if it's not about our kid. Like, so I don't. There's nothing. There's nothing there, so I think so. So we're both agreeing that it is a turn off.
It is a turn off. It just has to be, like, for instance, with oh, should I be saying his name?
I can bleep it out. I can bleep it out.
My son's father, he has an older son as well, and I feel like that situation was a good situation because she was already married, and it's a good situation because we could have events like on his 9th birthday. We all took like a family photo together. There, you know, if it's an issue with him, me and her will text each other. You know, basically, like, it's not like it's a good, healthy dynamic. You know,
that is good. See, with obviously my situation, well, not obvious to other people, but you know, my situation, I'm the first baby mama, so it's like, you know, like, I know what comes with that, and I know. Like, honestly, like, I know the trickery that comes with being the first baby mama. So it's like, no, I don't know. Absolutely not. If there's any issues, any problems, y'all still doing something with each other. It's something deeper going on. So absolutely not.
Right.
Any type of drama, y'all go ahead and have each other, because I don't want no parts.
Right. That's something that she was married already. So like, I'm married.
Right. She's moved on. Not me though. I know the trickery. It's just, don't date dudes that got problems with their baby mamas because they're probably still sleeping together. He still love her. They still want to work stuff out. Especially if the kid is not over 5 years old. It's no way, bro. I might entertain you and be cool with you or whatever, but I know once you and your baby mama get to cussing each other out, oh yeah, we're not going far with this one, buddy. There's no way. That a little bit. Okay, so what happened this month? What happened in January? Asian doll. So this wasn't really like a well, I guess it kind of was like in the blogs a little bit, but I feel like people need to shed more light on this. So basically, a girl posted on well, no, I guess everybody had already been technically talking about it, but Lori Harvey breaks up with Michael B. Jordan, and she gets with the dude from Snowfall. I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. But they get together, and then so now this conversation comes up with Asian Doll 2. Asian Doll was posting some dude, and then now she broke up with the dude or whatever. So it just was this whole back and forth thing because Lori Harvey had just broke up with Michael B. And then so did Asian Doll. But then somebody had basically tweeted, it says, when Lori Harvey switched her niggas up, y'all say nothing, but when Asian Doll do it, y'all go in on her.
Right.
Thoughts?
Like she's more considered like hoish.
Yeah.
And everyone looks at Lori Harvey like she's liberating women, like she knows herself, she loves herself, or whatever.
Yeah, and I think honestly, it's like it's a colorism thing.
Yeah, colorism.
I think it's a colorism thing to the extreme because I feel like lighter skinned women, and people try to say, oh, colorism is not a thing anymore, and just like racism wasn't until George Floyd died, and now everybody remembers that racism still exists, and now everybody wants to pull the black card thing. But I feel like colorism is the same.
That just died again.
Oh yeah, that just died again. Yeah, now everybody is seeing that, but I feel like amongst the black community, it's the same thing with colorism. We're still treating lighter, fair-skinned women a certain type of way, and versus dark-skinned women, and you see that with Lori Harvey and Asian Doll. And I do like Lori Harvey. I don't have nothing against her, but at the same time, it's like she do be
it's a standard. It's
switching.
A weird standard.
Yeah, like she be switching niggas out just as much as Asian Doll do. So it's like, and then maybe it's not. Asian Doll does do a thing where she publicizes it, and she does make it seem like I'm in love, and then 2 weeks later you with somebody else. So I do get the dynamic, and Lori Harvey's really more quiet about it. But it's still like it's obvious you're still in another relationship, and people still look at her as like being the GOAT. But Asian Doll is like
looks bad, and that's what I'm saying. Like just like you said, the colorism is like super real, and it really hit me when I was watching. Meghan Markle, she married the Prince Harry or whatever. Even though she is half white, and she is her younger picture, she's almost fully passing white. But her speaking, she was talking about when she went to UK, the racism that she felt, and how like just living in America, she didn't have to worry about that. Like she was treated just solely because she's light skinned, even though she's still a black woman. She literally said, I was never treated like a black woman in America. Like she was put on a different pedestal because of her skin color, and it didn't hit her until she went to the UK, and they reminded her she's very black. Yeah. And that colorism in America is so subconscious, and no one gets it, and they don't even understand it. And even that photo that I was talking about, the Dr. Fred Palmer promoting skin whitening, and if you just read each line is saying dark is ugly. Like the darkest one, he's basically saying it's ugly. You need to put this on every day, and people really don't realize that just because times are going bad and it seems like we're going fast and it seems like we're in a new advanced time, that really the racism was not that long ago. Yeah. Like the actual segregation's times, just even slavery itself wasn't that long ago,
I remember when we were like, I didn't mean to cut you off, I remember when we were like growing up, like the different, I ain't gotta say where, but you can kind of catch it. The different areas that we were growing up in, it was like, in a one certain area, we were considered dark skinned, right? We were considered dark skinned, and then we moved to another area, and they're like, y'all light skinned. And I remember looking at them like, huh? So it's just like, I don't know.
It's like a thing.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
For black people, like to be lighter, you're like better. Yeah. It's some real house nigga shit, and it's foul.
And it's weird. It's very weird, and I wish it wasn't like that. Even though honestly, it always be. Even like with racism, I feel like racism is never going away. As much as we try, as much as whatever, you're still going to feel it. I literally had a lady, and this happened to me. For the first time in my life, this literally has never happened to me. I was at a bank, and it was a white woman in front of me. I guess she didn't see me, she didn't notice me, but I I was far from her too. Like I waited, and then when I seen she got done, I start walking towards the ATM. ATM. We're not even in the full bank, and she clutched her fucking purse.
Wow.
And I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like,
that's very
she
weird.
literally clutched her purse. Now granted, I did see that she had a lot of money on her. She did. She did, and I feel it. If I had a gang of money on me and somebody surprised me, kind of, I would clutch my shit too. So I felt you, white lady, because that was an open lick, okay? That was a literal open lick, and that I would have came up. But it was still like,
right, like chill out.
Chill out. It made me want to rob her because it's like, bitch, what?
Right.
What is your problem?
Yeah, and I was just watching. I don't know if you watched You People. I haven't kind of watched it all. I was watching some scenes. And you know what I'm talking about? You People, the Lauren London.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing.
And so there was a part where his best friend, the girl that did the podcast with him, she was talking about how like racism is never gonna end because it was like, how does she describe it? She said something like
cheating, like the cheating relationship.
Oh yeah,
like the man that cheats in a relationship.
You cheated and we still got questions.
Yeah,
we're never gonna get over the cheating.
Yeah.
And that's what colorism, even this whole Lori Harvey thing, it always breaks down to that. Like it literally gets that particular, like that small. Like it's literally still affecting us.
It is
on a daily basis. Like Lori Harvey is looked at really good. Asian Doll's literally looked at like she's dirty most of the time.
Right.
And it's really messed up.
Like even when I be reading the comments when Asian Doll switches up, they be all calling her a hoe. Oh, she been with everybody in the industry. And then I'm reading Lori Harvey and everybody's praising Lori Harvey.
Literally praising.
Dudes want to be with her, so she's the GOAT, and dudes, I want to be next. But then it's just so bashful for Asian Doll, and it's like, why? I don't understand why it's like that.
The black community needs to do better.
We really honestly do, because like it's the same. It's literally they've been doing the same thing for months. So I don't know. I think that's messed up with Asian Dolls. So
we love you over here, Asian.
Right, honestly, date who you want.
Or Asian the Brat. Does she still go by that?
No, I think it's just Asian Doll though now. Now I think it is, yeah.
They didn't
I
pick
love
up
Asian Doll. Cause she was like a big Nicki fan. What? That's why it's Asian the Brat.
I thought she had changed it to Asian the Brat because basically she was the first popular doll, and then that phase where all the Cuban dolls, Dream Doll,
okay.
all the dolls started coming out, so she wanted to change it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, I love Asian too. Okay, so there was this rapper, right? Oh, this is what else happened this month. There was this rapper, and he did a song. He did a song to one of Mike Jones' famous song. And then basically Mike Jones got the song taken down.
Now the cease and desist.
Yeah, now granted, honestly, the song was a really good song because I remember saving the song. Say Cheese, shout out to Say Cheese. They posted it. I'm like, ooh, that's a good song. And then like a week later, probably not even a full week later came and the song's taken down. And yeah, so what do you think about that? Go first.
I think that's right. It's called a business. And if you didn't, I think he got denied. I think he did request for the song, but he got denied. And sometimes you get denied, and that song got to be thrown away. And that it's nothing more than that. Like he could be mad, but it's like so many artists. Like Nicki recently, actually, a couple years ago. It's a major artist named her name is Tracy Chapman, and Nicki tried to sample her song for a while, and she refused. Now did Nicki go and cuss her out on social media? No, because she know that's the business. That's not her song, and the sample was denied. That man can be bad. It probably be a good song, but Mike Jones said no, sir.
Oh yeah,
we gotta pay, sir.
We gotta play the response to what he said.
Mike Jones, you for making my nigga get deleted, nigga, with your bro.
The real kickback drop falls, nigga. Oh, bro.
Drop falls.
But I don't know. I feel like that's messed up because for one, it was a really good song. Like I was reading the comments, everybody was loving the song. I feel like honestly, I'm with the dude.
At the end of the day, that's his fault though, because that's one of the things in business too. Do not, just like Jacquees, what he did, even though that wasn't necessarily a sample, but it's like, don't put the song out if it's not clear. Yo bad. You should have never.
But see, okay, let's just say we go to the studio and we're playing Nicki Minaj's beats, and then we just go crazy on one of her beats, and we gotta put this out. This is hard as shit. They probably was in the studio geeking. I can't even find the song now. They was in the studio geeked up. They probably shot the video within a week or two after they recorded it, and the shit blows up. You would be mad as hell if Nicki was like, you gotta take that down.
I would be mad at myself because I would be like, damn, we did all this work for a song that didn't clear. I was gonna drop an F-bomb. A song that did not clear. It didn't clear.
I know, Mike Jones, you're a hater for that, bro. You could have let them have. Now
Yeah, they must not have given him a good check. I don't know why he didn't want it cleared, but I'm like, I wonder what. Because even with the Tracy lady, I wonder. I'm thinking she didn't want Nicki to take the sample because she didn't want like a Nicki song a part of her brand or something.
That's what it be.
But I'm like, dang, Mike Jones, I feel like I don't know why he didn't do it, but dang, you should have gave him a check.
He should have. Right, he should have did something. Mike Jones' response was, let me see. He said, "You gotta play. You gotta pay to play." So maybe they didn't want to pay. They didn't want to pay him, and so they like take that shit down.
That's probably what happened. So maybe he didn't request for the clearance.
Yeah, they probably didn't because they, you know, these I didn't know who these dudes was. It was just I was just on stage cheese, and I'm like, ooh, this song hard. I like this. I saved it. I saved it and all, and then a week later I see this post. I'm like, yeah, we gotta talk about this on the pod because that song was hard, and they probably could have just been joking around or like listening to YouTube or something. They're like, ooh, I got, you know, you never really know the dynamic of it, but it's like I'm with the rappers. Like I don't even know who these rappers are or where they're really even from, but I'm like, that shit was hard, and Mike Jones is a hater for that. You could have let it. You could have let it slide.
All these celebrities be doing it though. A lot of them, like a couple years ago, well not a couple, it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Frank Ocean cease and desist Travis Scott.
Oh,
so it's
I didn't
like
know
they
that.
do that to each other. It's like stop using my songs, stop using my samples.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
you gotta add, you gotta pay to play, just like Mike Jones said.
Oh, that's a messy one too because y'all both high rank.
High ranked.
Frank, you could have called Travis Scott. You could have called him, Frank. What is your problem?
Something must have happened.
Something. It must have been something because come on now. And I mean, I don't really see them running in the same circle, but
Frank Ocean is so diverse. He has so much music out there. Like even Beyonce, I do believe he writes. I know he's involved heavily with a lot of background music for people, like under in the background. Yeah, he's a genius. He's an absolute genius.
He is, and I wish he would make more music, but I see why he doesn't though. It's kind of, I feel like it's easier to be in the background than it is to be in the front ground. Yeah, so I understand. But that's messed up though. He didn't have to do Travis Scott like that. He could have called that nigga. He could have called him and been like, I need a check. Write a check. And then, okay, if they don't write the check, then that makes sense. But Mike Jones is wrong for doing that to them SoundCloud rappers.
Mike Jones.
Because that could have put you back. We could have been back listening to your song.
That could have put him back on. Because we haven't heard you in a minute, man.
Because we could have been back to playing your songs on Apple Music and stuff. But no, you wanted to...
That is an L for him, especially the song blew up with this TikTok era.
Right, exactly. Because it could have just been the beat. Like, can you just put something on the beat
again? You just need one person to do a little TikTok dance to it.
And it's done with. But you wanted to be a hater. Now look at you. Now look at you. Over there being a fucking hater. Okay, what else happened this month? Okay, let's see. Young Miami. She revealed that she likes golden showers. It just does something to me.
Oh, Lord. What is it?
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shower if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak of the week, huh? So you say take a shot. You say take a shot. Oh,
I take a shot.
You like golden showers?
I do.
But like peeing on you?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just do something.
I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, one more thing.
How I don't like it. I couldn't do it. It's giving R. Kelly, and private information needs to remain private.
Okay, you have to watch her show. I don't really watch her show, but I think it was just a question. Obviously, I played the clip, but it was just a question that, you know, she pulled out of the pot. And she was like, I didn't really want to answer this one. Oh. But I'm going to answer it because, you know,
I would have said
on Carisha Talk, you know, she be real. That's one thing I do like about Carisha. Yeah, that was too much information. We didn't want to know that. But she like...
This is why JT is my favorite though.
Okay, but like I said, JT and Lil Uzi, they do weird shit too. They probably dress. They look like they dress up as aliens when they have sex with each other.
But it's not. She not podcasting about it.
True. That's
so nasty. Ugh. Cause then maybe it's just so nasty because I'm picturing now picturing Young Miami and picturing pee, and I'm like, do they pee on your mouth? Do you want it on your head? Do they just pee everywhere?
Well, I have seen what's her name, Selena Paulo. That's how you say it, Selena Paulo.
I really don't know.
Oh, it's Selena something. I don't know.
I know you're talking about. I don't know how to.
I don't know her name like that.
Sorry.
Right. So somebody gonna say we're retired or something. Somebody actually really made a comment about something I had said wrong on the podcast once, and I think I was a little offended, but it's okay. It comes with it.
Sorry, I would make mistakes.
But yeah, so her friend or whatever, she basically said, I think she was talking about Trey Songz. She was talking about Trey Songz, and she basically said that like when Trey Songz had peed on her or whatever, she basically got in the bathtub, and then I don't think it was like a shower cap or nothing, but she got in the bathtub and then he peed on her. So she was saying like when dudes pee on her, that's like her routine to like
She likes it.
get in the shower. Well, because I get them girls is like they like hoes, so they used to like doing stuff like that. So you know rappers that mess with them, they all basically do the same thing. It's basically what I was getting from it. She was saying like
foul stuff.
yeah, exactly. So she basically, well, that's why they be messing with them because you can do foul stuff like that.
Right.
So she said she got in the shower, got in the bathtub, and then they just lay there. She doesn't like. She said Trey Songz did pee in her face, but she said most of the time that they really don't though. That they'll pee on her body because you know she was on No Jumper, and you know No Jumpers they no filter. So
yeah, and he has a whole. Him and his girlfriend, they do a whole OnlyFans thing.
yeah, they're
or something.
wild. They
Yeah.
might as well own like a porn site because they do a lot of crazy stuff.
And my question, I wish the guys were here. My question is, why on earth do you want to pee on a woman? And what is that doing for you?
I think it's like dudes like sexual, like they have like sexual fantasies or something.
But pee?
I mean, yeah, that's nasty.
It's giving 2 girls 1 cup. Was that good? Because that was disgusting. And they were pooping in each other's mouths. That's nasty.
That is nasty.
It's the same as pee. Like this is, I mean, I guess it's not the same as pee, but come on. Like, ugh.
I honestly thought it was crazy too because for a long time I thought it was like a blockage. Like I thought they couldn't pee if they were like horny.
That's what I thought too growing up, but I feel like you can pee if you force yourself to pee. Or maybe they're just peeing. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I have no idea.
See the voice.
Young man, you gotta talk to us about it. You need to go into details.
Like,
Since
do
you
you
told
pee-
the world that you like it, you need to go in details because we're all confused at this point.
Do they pee after?
After or before?
Or before they like, I don't know. Or does it, I don't know. You're right. I would do wish the boys was here for this one because.
Yeah, because sheesh. I don't think I can never love a man that much to want him to pee on me.
I don't think so either. That's disgusting. And then it's like the girls were saying, like, do I get in the shower or is this spare of the moment?
That
Do you
is-
just start peeing? Do you ask first?
Man.
How does that dynamic work? And then you saw how everybody kept saying P Diddy.
Yeah. So I'm like, is his weirdo self getting you into this? We know about you.
I was gonna say, was she already doing that or
Brother Love got you doing some strange things.
right? Because you know now they saying, oh, City Girls down 1,000 points. Because of her ass. It was like, oh, he had a baby on her and he gets to pee on her. It's like, girl, I don't know. I can't love somebody that much. Even if we're married, we're getting a
There's
divorce,
no-
bro. Because
right.
there's no
Like,
way
come on,
you're
that's
peeing on me.
degrading. I can't.
That's very degrading. Like maybe, see, no, I was
It's
about
not
to say
for-
maybe an accident, but even an accident, I think I would be pissed off.
Like, you just peed on me, bro.
Like you just pee? Like what the hell?
It's like, yeah, you like that. I can't see it. I don't see how I could even take it serious if I was in that situation. I'd be disgusted.
I feel like that's just abusive. I feel like that's
Right.
abuse. That's like abusive torture.
It
like to pee on
is.
somebody. Like that's just gross. Like there's no
Like on
way.
BMF, I don't know if y'all seen that. BMF.
Oh yeah, how he was like, take my shit. Yeah.
That's what it's giving. Nasty.
Like it's disrespectful. Like I'm gonna disrespect you in the worst way. There's no way.
There's no way. I'm sorry. We don't agree, Carisha.
And then what if like okay, P Diddy? He probably, or let's just call him Diddy. Diddy probably drinks a lot of water. He looks like he's a healthy person.
He does. He has good
But
skin.
imagine dealing with somebody who isn't healthy.
The
Like
stench
a good,
alone, right?
Like I couldn't like. ew, and it'd be like, what if it stink?
Right, I'm like, are y'all supposed to have sex with pee on you?
Right, like, are we just
It's not adding
smelling
up.
pee?
It's not adding up. It's not adding up.
And I guess dudes could probably compare it to like, oh, like a girl squirting, but squirting is different. It's a whole different chamber.
It's not gonna give a
from the same-
hardcore pee smell.
Yeah, it's not gonna smell like pee. You know, it's really watery, but it's like it's not pee. So I don't know.
Sharisha, we got questions.
We really do, and
She need a
make
whole
this-
podcast just about that topic.
She really does. We need to send her. Let us send our questions in, Carisha.
Right, we about to write a letter.
I'm gonna write a letter. You.
I'm gonna write a letter. White chicks, I'm crying. Okay, so the last thing that happened this month, that I feel like was kind of talked about a lot, and I'll let you go first, but we'll play the clip.
Oh, music festival, huh? You think the Von Trapps will stick around to pick up their award this time?
I don't know about them, but they're gonna have holograms of Tupac and also Nipsey Hussle, who I'd never heard of and then was told to care immensely about.
I think to some extent it was definitely correct what he said. Like, yes, the vast majority of probably the United States did not know who Nipsey Hussle was because of his lack of scale in like the mainstream. For California, I would say for most, probably even past California, the West Coast, he was a heavy influence, especially LA, especially California, just South LA. He was very important, and I think he deserved those flowers before he died. But I also think he did deserve those flowers when he died. The last part when they said, he said something like they forced me, or everybody's I'm supposed to care about.
Yeah.
I think that was, I mean, it was funny, but when you think about it, it's like you should care. Like, that man was really changing or trying to change the LA area, and it was really, it's sad to see another black man growing up in the community that he grew up, getting killed in front of his own property, in front of where he grew up. And I really felt like people should have cared, because he was doing stuff outside of music to help people, the black community, his community, even the Dr. Sebi thing, like trying to bring awareness to your health.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of things, and I feel like that's why it came out that way, why people felt the need to care about him. But it wasn't just a joke, and you know, Family Guys loves the jokes. And
yeah, I honestly, because from reading the comments and stuff like that, it was kind of like an uproar about it or whatever. But for one, people need to stop being so sensitive. Like, as of recently, this generation of I can't even say generation, just these times that we're in, everything is just so super sensitive, and everybody's so, we can't take jokes anymore and stuff like that. I even seen a thing, like, if the Boondocks was to actually come back, everybody would fucking hate it. Like, everybody would hate the Boondocks. Like, if the Boondocks was right now from what it was back then, it would be canceled. They would be canceled after the first season.
And like South Park too. Like,
yeah, like
that show was foul.
Yeah, like, so I just feel like everybody is all super sensitive, but it was just a joke.
And then, it was funny, and it's Family Guy. They literally make jokes like that.
Yeah, all the time. It's literally all the time. So it's like, I kind of didn't get why people were so upset about it. And then for one, like you said, because you know, when I stayed in Atlanta or whatever for that month, it was Nipsey murals. Yeah. So people know who he was or whatever, and people do respect him. But I honestly, too, at the same time, when I first saw this clip, it was kind of like, I didn't really expect white people to know who Nipsey is. Like, I don't, and I still don't.
Right.
Like, even outside of seeing that joke, I don't expect them to see that. But do I think every hood everywhere else across the United States, do I kind of fake way expect them to know who he is? Kind of, to a certain extent. Even, you know, like you said, past California, I expect that. But as far as white people goes, I don't expect white people to know who Nipsey
and even
Hussle
still
is.
Past the music, because I was reading a lot of the comments too, a lot of people that weren't West Coast or from California, they knew of him through Lauren London. They were calling him Lauren London's boyfriend. So they knew who the man was. Yeah. And yeah, he wasn't a major artist, but he had a lot of notoriety from a lot of major artists. Like Jay-Z backed him, and he was a respectable man. Yeah, but it was just a joke. And I love Family Guy, and I would never cancel Family Guy.
Like I said, I wouldn't expect any white person to kind of know who he was, so I didn't take offense to it. I didn't think it was necessarily funny. I didn't laugh because a lot of people was like, I didn't laugh, like not even for a second.
Like funny.
It wasn't funny, but it just kind of like, you know what? At a certain extent, it kind of made sense, and it was.
Yeah, it wasn't like a super off lie, you know.
Right, like you know.
So.
Because it was, but you know, and I still feel like at the same time, at least he was being mentioned.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, like, oh shoot, they mentioned Nipsey Hussle. Like, granted, it wasn't in the most
they
positive
cared enough
way.
to think about writing him in that line.
Exactly. So somebody who was white knew who he was and mentioned it. So it was kind of like, you know, just I don't know. I feel like everybody's too sensitive, and that sensitivity level is like fucking high. And it's
y'all,
like,
what are they called? Gen Zs.
Yeah. And it's, but you can't even say that because these is like people our age. I'm looking through the comments. These people look grown, and y'all are mad about. We was watching the Boondocks. Why are we mad? And Family Guy, and what's the other one with the alien? American Dad. American Dad had the most disrespectful show
it's
ever.
Very disrespectful, and I love that
ever. Show. Like ever. They talk about everybody. Yeah. White people, black people, Asian people. It's disrespectful as shit. So
but
it's
just like
why?
you said, it's this times they're trying to. I have no idea why they're trying to cancel everything out and make everything, you know,
right,
inappropriate. Like, yes, some things are bad, whatever, but it's like, come on now, people.
Like, it's just
like we're censoring everything.
Right, they mentioned it.
We're censoring everything but gender.
Because maybe somebody who didn't know who Nipsey Hussle was like, ooh, let me go Google that. Right, so like, take it like that, you know? Like, don't take it so like, oh, they're talking about him.
Yeah.
They're saying he wasn't important. Like, no. I mean, yeah, they did. They did kind of say he wasn't important.
Said that.
They basically did say that, but it's
jokingly. They knew Family Guy always, even these shows, like, come on, they knew it was going to be reaction. That's what it was.
Everything now. Look at Blueface and Krishan. They do everything to get a reaction.
Right. They just got married for a music video.
Which is crazy, but you know, hey, reaction. Everybody's trying to go viral right now. Let Family Guy go viral. That's what they did, and y'all gave them that.
I gave it to them.
Literally gave it to them because I seen it and I was like, ooh, but it was, you know, I was like, oh,
well. It was funny. I didn't necessarily think it was funny, but I'm like, it's funny for Family Guy. So I'm just like, it's a joke.
That's their humor. And it's like, if you don't like it, just shut up. Like, well, I guess everybody's saying their opinions now too. So I was about to say, we don't care about your opinion, but I mean, we're saying our opinion. But it's like, everything don't have to be like that, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't, and even like opinion, it could just be a conversation. Like, everyone has to be right. Like, if it's not this, and then it can't be right. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's like, we don't have to agree about a topic, and we don't have to be mad about a clip from an animated show.
Right.
No living beings. So it's not that deep. It's a cartoon making a diss. Exactly. Y'all mad at the cartoon?
Right, exactly. So, and if not, be mad at the writers. Don't, you know?
Right. And that's another thing too. Like, even that, be mad at the writers. But it's like, are y'all going to go back to the last 20 years of receipts of the stuff that they said?
True.
Are you going to do it?
Because they've been saying way worse stuff about black people alone.
Right. That's
than talking about Nipsey Hussle.
They bring them down. And then they fake cancel culture. I'm tired of that too. Stop canceling people for a week over stupid stuff. And then they back up.
Right. And the next week it's y'all still buying this shit.
Y'all forgot y'all canceled Doja Cat. She's still around.
I forgot they did cancel Doja. But see, Doja Cat got white fans though.
Yeah, but George Floyd also died, and that's why people forgot.
Oh yeah, that's true. She did, because she was supposed to be canceled. But you know what? It was that song she had with the City Girls that I kind of recanted what she said. Mm-hmm. I ain't even gonna lie. I did forget.
Cancel culture.
I did forget on that one.
Short-term memory.
I was a part of the forgetting because I definitely was like, ooh, Doja Cat can rap. What? Let me turn this back on. Like, at first I remember being like, man, I don't even want to hear this song. First time I hear it, I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me play it again.
You can't deny that girl's raps.
She does. She's weird. But she can rap, though. She can rap. I was even mad at the City Girls. Why y'all put her on this song? I'm like, hold on. She got the hardest part.
Literally.
She got the hardest part.
Yeah. But shout out to you, Nipsey.
Right, yeah. No disrespect to anybody. It just was something that I don't feel like should have it shouldn't have gone farther than just being on the TV. Why did they have to go to
It shouldn't have been
Instagram?
on the Shade Room.
Yeah, like it's on the Shade Room, and people it's thousands of more than thousands of comments talking about it, and everybody's mad, and it's at Family Guy when we just was watching that shit as kids, and it was nasty,
Right.
dirty, sexual, racist jokes. But now everybody's mad because of Nipsey Hussle. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
At least be mad about something that applies to you.
Right.
Make it make
That's
sense.
what people need to do. They so worried about everybody else but themselves.
Exactly. Make it make sense. But yeah. Next month on the 7th, we'll catch y'all. We gonna, I'm gonna put everything on Apple Music too now. So Spotify, all that. I'll put all the links down below. See y'all next month.